Don't forget to do those things when you're backpacking. So I will first tell you what applications you need to download. Like you need it, okay? You really need it. Before you're backpacking or during your backpacking trip, I don't know, I don't care. You need those apps. And then either which websites or what to do, what to search on the internet, okay? So right before telling you all of this, I just want to tell you that I've been backpacking for 2 years with some breaks, okay? Some breaks that was sometimes longer than others. And my breaks consist of coming back to France because I'm French. So English is my second language, bear with me. That's it. And then I will right away tell you the first application you need to download. It's an application to calculate the different currencies. If you don't know what it means, is that when you're traveling to a country and it has a different money there and you don't know how to calculate it from your own currency in your own country, for example, France is euros. When I was in Albania, that's where I think it was right before going there, I downloaded this application. It's an application called CCC. It doesn't matter because you have a multiple, I forgot the word, you have choices, okay? There's multiple applications like that, and you choose one, and then it will calculate for you 10 euros, for example, what it is in dollars, or what it is in Egyptian money, or in Sri Lankan money, or in Albanian money, you know? So that's really nice. And don't pay for those applications, okay? Everything that I will tell you to download is free. Please, okay? The goal is to try to save the more money as you can when you're traveling. That's the goal. Okay, so you can travel longer. Okay, don't do the mistakes I made. So, the first app is to calculate the different currency, for example, and I will tell you that at the end of the day, I didn't even need this app. I swear to God. Why? Because I understood, so first I did a lot of try, like 10 euros in Albanian money, 100 euros, and then, you know, after more tries, I ended up understanding the currency, and I didn't even need it to calculate anything because I could calculate right here. So you need to do that, okay? Because sometimes you will not have internet, you will not have Wi-Fi, and it will be hard for you to not use your phone if you're always using this app. So this app is here to help you, but not to always, you know, be there. Like, you need to use this app so you can calculate on your own after that. That's the goal. Okay, so the next app is called Ferry Hopper. I already talked about it in one video, and it's to have boat tickets, like in 26 countries. So 26 countries in the world. You don't have to go check on the internet which website is legit, which website is better, which website is cheaper or stuff like this. You go to Ferry Hopper and they will give you multiple tickets, and more expensive tickets, less expensive tickets with different hours of the day. And you can take one ticket to go, you know, and one ticket to return. You can take both tickets, if you know what I mean. So you don't have to have the paper with you, it's all on your phone, and that's just way better. And it's all on this app. I think you can still download the ticket if you want to have it on your phone and not to use your app, just in case you don't have internet later, but just knows that it's really awesome. Or you just can do a screenshot, I don't know, you know, like the QR code. So that's just amazing. I used it for Albania as well. I don't know, I wanted to be prepared for Albania. And yes, I don't have more to say about this app. It's just a really nice app that I will keep on my phone for my next travels. That you're backpacking or not, by the way. You can use it just for vacation, but at least you will have the best apps. And if you didn't know that, I am not getting sponsored, okay? I think it's clear, but maybe it's not. But just so you know, I'm not getting sponsored. I love those apps, and I was thinking I want people to just know the best apps. Alright, so next app, and it's actually the last one after I will tell you all the things to do. The next app to download is, there's two actually, but it's for volunteering when you're traveling, backpacking, whatever. Just if you don't want to spend too much money on hotel, hostel, motel, stuff like this, you can download those apps. So it's Workaway and Worldpackers. I know there's more apps to backpack. It's just the two I've been using myself, so I know it's secure, it's legit. I don't want to give a random app that I never tried. I know those apps, okay? So I've been using it for 2 years actually, and it's just amazing, and people told me about it, and I met a lot of people using it, and it's to find different families so that you can go and stay with them for free, and in exchange you have to work for whatever companies they will have, or hotel, or whatever they have you to do, okay, to work. But they will give you food, and sometimes you have your own accommodation, sometimes you're staying in a room with other volunteering, whatever, it depends. And it's different families from Workaway to Worldpackers, so you know, so that's why I was using both, to have double chances to find volunteer places when I was traveling, okay? Okay, the next one is not an app. I just tell you to do something, and it's check the minimum wage of the country you will be visiting. And I found it really important so that you're not getting scammed when you're going to a restaurant or even just a taxi. This is a point that I made after. Check how much is the taxi, but it's actually pretty much the same point, because you know, if you know the minimum wage, actually there's a website I always use. I just don't have the name right now, and if I found it I will put it in the description of this video. But I always use this website, it's amazing, and there's the minimum wage in every different country, and I think they might update it, because I always used this website when I was traveling and backpacking, and that worked. It was really legit, okay? They were saying the right things, and I used it for Sri Lanka, for Egypt, just so I knew approximately just the minimum wage and how people are living there, and for you to adapt better, because remember, backpacking is not tourism. To me, it's two different things. There's nothing wrong with tourism, it's just not the same thing, okay? And usually when you're backpacking, you're staying younger in a place. Not all the time, okay? I met backpackers, they were just wanting to stay 1 week or 2 weeks in a place. There's nothing wrong, but it's just not the same things. At least for me, it's just not the same thing. Okay, so just check the minimum wage so that when you have to take the taxi, for example, it will be just easier for you not to get scammed, and easier for you to save your money. And you know, because usually if you're a stranger, they will want to make the taxi more expensive, okay? I saw that when I was in Albania, I saw that in Greece. If you don't know how much is the taxi, they will tell you whatever price they want. Because I know, for example, in some countries, I know in France, not all the time, but they put, you know, the thing that calculates by itself. But in other countries, they don't use this all the time. So sometimes they will just give you an approximate, you know, price in hope that you don't know the right one. So just ask people, because when I was working at some point in a hotel, when I was backpacking, one of my colleagues told me, you know, you have to be careful, because you told me that when you came the other night with the taxi, it was this price, but it's actually, I think he tripled the price, because it's not that price. And it's not that price for local. Yes, because locals, they know the right price. That's why. Alright, so just be careful about that and not getting scammed. So just check before going to a country all the informations. Another point is to check the visa requirements and how long, for example, you're allowed to stay, and under what circumstances and stuff like this. This also is really important, because you know, you might be thinking, yeah, duh, it's obvious. Yes, but when you're backpacking, my way of backpacking at some point was just living day to day, because I had a list of countries I wanted to visit, and then I was like, okay, it's not happening as I wanted to do, so I'll just see. And then at some point I was like, okay, so let me go to Egypt. Okay, so I needed to book a ticket for the next week to go to Egypt, so it's pretty much last minute. I needed to check before what's happening in Egypt, how I can go, me as a French person, to Egypt, okay? Because it depends from a I always want to say pays because pays is country in French, and I don't know why I always want to say pays instead of. Anyway, it depends from a country to another, and if you're from, just, I will say a random thing, if you're from Sri Lanka and you want to go to Egypt, maybe you will be allowed to stay longer than me as a French person. It's just an example, it's not the case. I just want you to realize how it's happening, how it's working, all of this. When you're traveling and you might, decide the last minute where you want to go, you don't think about all of this. And when I was in the airport, thank God I could have the visa when I was already landed. Like, that was like the laws with French people, and I totally forgot to check the visa prior. Like, I needed, because I just quit my last job, and there's a lot of things I needed to think, and I totally forgot to check the visa. So thank God I was allowed to have the visa when I arrived there, because they did ask me, do you have the visa right now, or will you have it when you will arrive there? And I was like, yeah, there. I was like, thank God it's a possibility, because it's not a possibility everywhere. Sometimes they want you to have it before traveling, so just be careful and check that, and don't forget, like I did. Yes, check the bus tickets and how it works. Because yes, there's taxis and stuff, and sometimes I was the kind of person, I was just so, it's faster with the taxi and with the bus. If you have to take 3 buses instead of the taxi, sometimes you just want to pay a little bit more and have the taxi. But I learned the hard way that when you're backpacking, every penny counts. Even though you have to wait for the bus 1 hour to the bus stop, then you will wait 1 hour in the bus stop. You know what I mean? Like, you have to organize a little bit yourself, at least organize the next days. That's what I was doing when I was in Albania. So I know there's way more things that I'm sure I will remember that I wanted to say, or that I should have said. But anyway, also one question that I have is about the train, because I know there's some promotions when you buy a ticket if you know that you're going to travel again and a lot in this country. I know in Italy they were doing some promo like this. I cannot say more about that, but if you have more information about that, please comment. I would love to know, and I'm sure other people would love to know as well. Thank you very much for watching this video, and if you're watching other videos, thank you. And just, that's it. And if you're not watching, then you're not watching. Anyway, so just take care. I see you in another video about backpacking.